For 2021, I have to change this behavior. Because if you're showing too much shoulder, too much back in Korea, it's considered indecent. Yeah, it's not that well seen in Korea. But on the other hand, you can show as much leg as you want. 안녕하세요 여러분, 저는 제시카예요. 만나서 반갑습니다. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where everything is about K-pop, Korean culture, and Korean learning. And for today's video, I'm going to tell you the no-goes of South Korea. Things that you just should avoid in South Korea, which you shouldn't do, which are considered impolite. I'm moving to Korea in 25 days, which means I put a lot of time and effort into really knowing the culture and just to know the basic etiquette. And just to get to know Korea more, I informed myself more about the culture itself and also about the things that you should do and which things you shouldn't do in South Korea. And some things I have experienced myself. I have been to South Korea in October 2019 and January 2019. And back then I informed myself about those things as well. And I have to say those things are really important to know. Because in my opinion, if you are going to another country, you should be familiar with the etiquette and just to behave well. And also for me, it was important to show the Koreans that I really was interested in their country and that I really tried to inform myself. Of course, I can't do everything right and not everything will turn out as you maybe imagine it. But you can prepare yourself a little bit before you're traveling to South Korea. And that's why I'm going to do this video for you guys, so you are just more open and just know some things. And just to know a little bit more things. Maybe you know some, maybe you know all of them, maybe you don't know any of them, but that's okay. That's what this video is here for. So I'm going to tell you now the no-goes of South Korea. The first point is don't wear too revealing clothes. So this is a really tough one for me because especially in summer I love to wear like short things. I love to wear dresses, I love to wear skirts, I love to wear tank tops, which means basically everything that reveals my skin. For 2021, I have to change this behavior because if you're showing too much shoulder, too much back in Korea, it's considered indecent. Yeah, it's not that well seen in Korea. But on the other hand, you can show as much leg as you want. So those are great news for me, guys, because as I said, I love to wear short dresses, I love to wear short skirts. Especially in summer, I really like, oh my god, I love summer and I'm going to wear everything that's short because I love it. And especially in Korea, to wear revealing clothes because in Korea, summer is really hot and I'm probably gonna die. To the etiquette and just try to not wear as revealing clothes as you maybe used to wear. Shoes. The second point is about shoes, and in Korea it's considered rude or impolite if you are, for example, going to a friend's house or if you are going to a restaurant or maybe a public place and you see a shelf with a lot of shoes in there or just shoes on the floor, then this is a sign for you to take off your shoes. And just simply go into the restaurant without your shoes. I'm personally, and for me, I don't have a problem with that. Just show that you're familiar with the rules in Korea by taking off your shoes if you see something like that. I'm from Stuttgart and we also have a Korean restaurant where you have to take off your shoes, and for me personally, it feels more like home because you're more casual, you're more just laid back, and it's so much more comfortable than with your shoes, to be honest. Number 3 is give and receive with both hands. For example, if you're in a restaurant or you are in a store and just have to pay something, then give the money to the person with both hands. Or if you just want to give it with one hand for some reason, just put your hand on the wrist and give it like this. This is considered polite in Korea and to show your respect to the other person. If you're just giving it like with one hand, it's like, yeah, here it's considered rude. You shouldn't do it. Number 4, my personal favorite, to be honest. Like, one thing that I don't really like about our culture is I'm a student myself and I don't have any money, but we have a tipping culture here. If you are paying, you don't just pay your regular bill, you also have to like pay a little bit more for the waiter and for the service and everything. I have to admit, I'm just not a fan of it. I mean, of course, for the waiters, it's probably the best thing ever, and if I would be a waiter, I would be a waiter in Europe or America as well. I heard, for example, in America it should be really strict, the tipping culture, that you should like give like, I don't know, some percent of the bill. And you forget all of this in Korea because Korea has no tipping culture at all. Of course, as a foreigner, you maybe don't know, and you maybe tip a waiter. They might feel offended because some of them might think, oh, does he think I don't have enough money and that I need his extra? Some could really think it's really rude if you want to give them extra money. I would just recommend you just pay what's on your receipt, and that's all. Number 5. I don't know if you know, but I don't drink any alcohol at all. Yeah, I just don't like it. I don't like the taste. I don't like the effect of it. I don't like anything. Yeah, I just don't like alcohol. But Korea has this kind of drinking culture, which means Koreans actually really like to drink alcohol and soju and 맥주 and everything. But for me, this would be like some kind of problem because Koreans always like to drink together, and if someone invites you older or in a higher position than yourself, it's a little bit impolite to turn down a drink from your maybe boss or, I don't know, older friend. Okay, I think with friends it's not like that bad, but with someone who's really older than you or has a higher position. But I think here is the foreigner bonus for us all, at least for those who are not comfortable with drinking or don't want to drink. You can just simply say, oh, I don't drink, and it's okay. And they will understand. Or if you say, oh, I don't drink alcohol at all, they will understand that as well. And if you're that kind of person that don't want to be that impolite and is okay with drinking, but you maybe don't want to drink too much, then I would just recommend you just to zip on every drink so it doesn't get empty too quickly. I don't think someone will say something if you just drink a little bit slower than the others. So guys, those were my 5 tips what you shouldn't do in South Korea, which are totally no-goes, and maybe some kind of how you have like this foreigner bonus, because most of the people will really understand if you maybe do something wrong. You can't know everything, especially if you're just traveling South Korea. How should you know everything if you're just maybe there for a week? You can't get to know the whole culture in like 5 days, of course. So I think everyone will understand but just try to avoid like the things that can be avoided and maybe remember some of my tips. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in my next video. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave a nice comment down below and activate the bell so you never miss a video in the future. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope to see you next time. Bye!